Good morning and welcome back to White Mountains Today here on White Mountain TV 16. And right here today, right now, is Susan Beane from the Denmark Art Center. Susan, how are you?
I'm peachy kino. It's been a while.
It's
nice
been
to
a
see you,
long
Rob.
time. I think it's probably been 2 years since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
And because we didn't see each other at all last year.
I know.
And but the Denmark Art Center is up and running and roaring this summer. I was really excited. I was saying to you earlier, I saw the poster and I went, wow. I guess I didn't expect that there would be so much going on.
Well, it's interesting from the back end perspective of being part of like Laureate Tin Mountain. So any organization that deals with the community and works with the community and engages the community, January, February, March, we're like, how do we approach this? And the nice thing is that we were talking to each other. It's like, what are you going to do for camps? How are you going to approach it?
Yeah.
And we were learning I felt like I was learning a lot from other people who are very open and willing to share their troubleshooting, what they learned, what they didn't learn. Just like Sam Hayward down at Tupelo Music Hall in southern New Hampshire. Last year, we were all tapping into each other and events people, organizations, and trying to find ways to get art out into the community. So I saw that he was doing a drive-in down at Tupelo Music, and I know Bruce Marshall has performed down there, and he's performed at the Denmark Art Center. So I called Sam, and I said, hey, there's 8 drive-ins in Maine. We happen to have one 10 minutes away. I'm working with the owner, John Tavanian, who's lovely, and I want to know how you did it, how you're working with the like the Fed regs for CDC for COVID.
Right.
And he was just so open. He was just giving me resources. And he goes, there are groups of people meeting online now that are talking about this. You might want to join in. That was a huge first. I didn't feel like I was alone. So that was huge.
Right.
There's a community out there struggling and figuring out ways and throwing stuff like spaghetti against the wall, seeing what sticks. So it was great.
And I think that's one of the things that came out of last year, and it seems like it's continuing, and I hope that it continues in the future. Of just there's no reason why everybody can't work together and come up with these ideas, and not be like, oh well, we did a drive-in, nobody can do a drive-in. No, I mean it's a great idea, and because the end result is that the consumer, if you wanted, the viewer, gets the best experience.
That is completely it. Bobby over at Arts Jubilee, we talked in March, and he's like, how are you doing this? And things change. So it's not the conversation. What's happening now is not the conversation that we had then, but it's a progressional thing.
Yeah.
And it's flexibility.
Well, you said that about the artists. When you first contacted these artists in January and February, it's like, we want you to come, but we don't know how it's going to be. And I give a lot of credit to a lot of these artists and a lot of these performers who struggled for a year and are really, we talk about it all on here, there's just so much music and performances going on in the Mountain Washington Valley and in the White Mountains. And it's great, but it's all everybody kind of saying, hey, what can we do to bring it back?
It's interesting because I agree with that, and as we all get lost on Facebook sometimes or other social media, I was just reading this morning of another organization, Maine Arts Commission, and they were talking about a show that they had that they supported in Deer Isle. And the comment was, oh my gosh, it's music for my soul. Literally, it is music for my soul. And I think that's what arts has a healing effect.
Right.
Arts has a energizing effect. Arts has an advocacy effect. And it seems to have culminated with the pandemic, like, boy, are we really needing this now?
Right, and I think people missed it, and exactly that. So I think that's why we're seeing so much of it, which is great.
Yeah.
And people are going out and involved. So, well, let's talk about going out and getting involved with the Denmark Arts Center.
Yes.
And you still have, I'm just going to hold this up. You won't be able to read it, but you can see all that stuff. And we're only at the top. We're only in the second line because there's so much more coming up. So let's talk about what's coming up.
I know, and that's just the summer.
Right.
Dang it. We were talking beforehand. We just had yesterday morning our family fun shows throughout the summer, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., either in the park or in the Arts Center, so that
Park's
flexibility.
right across the street
it's
from the
across
Arts
the
Center,
street,
yeah.
so we usually run over in the parking lot and go, hey, come on over, we're inside now today. So there's still flexibility with our guests. But we had B Parks and the Hornets, a kick-butt rock band for kids that get them. The songs are helping them understand how they're growing by using the analogy of insects and bees. Wicked fun, and they rock out.
Yeah.
So that was a total blast. We just finished doing Junk Funk Music Camp with Luke Concannon, who's from the UK. His intern, when he was rocking it in his band Nizpoli, was Ed Sheeran, and Ed Sheeran
Really?
blows off the charts now. He was 14 years old doing stagehand work for Nizpoli as they were moving around.
Really?
So that was fun to have him teach the group of students in the camp, and then
bet, yeah.
they performed. He and his wife performed Friday night, and the kids had written a song. Like they were all worked through for 3 days to write a song, and so they opened up Luke Concannon on
That's
Friday
fun.
night. So that's pretty cool. Once they get older or start looking on YouTube and look at Nizpoli and Ed Sheeran, they'll be like,
Wow.
he was our teacher.
Yeah.
So that's just right. We're starting camp week, so that's the fun part. Next week we have Hoop Dance Camp. The kids will write a dance choreography and choreograph a piece. They'll open up for our Saturday morning's family fun show of the Nevaeh Dance Circus, and they'll perform their piece.
That's cool.
So it's fun. That part is
It
really
is fun,
engaging.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so you have a bunch of stuff, and of course the Denmark Art Center. It's a beautiful building. I love that building, and you know, I haven't been there a lot, but the times I've been there,
Yeah.
it's a classic old. Is it called the Grange Hall, or what is it? Just a classic old.
It's Pregrange Hall.
Oh,
It's
really?
the
Okay.
Oddfellows fraternal organization was international in the early to mid 1800s, and they were plopping down these box buildings, right? Similar architectural design. And in the state of Maine, there's probably, that have been repurposed now, probably 50 of them.
Wow.
Just in Maine.
Yeah,
I mean,
and they're
there's-
beautiful. Yeah, they're just
They're gorgeous.
and they're fun. They're a fun building to go into, and
Yeah. Acoustically, they're good.
I was just
Oh
going to
my
say that
gosh.
it's amazing how good the acoustics are in there.
Yeah, we had our music in the schools program, supported by the Maine Arts Commission. We brought up a band string quartet from New Orleans. They were in Mollyocket Middle School with Craig Bryan from the Bradley Jazz Collective, and also at the Brownfield Denmark Elementary School. So they were teaching. We Zoomed a couple classes because of
Nice.
keeping the classes separate. So they came up, and then at the end, they performed in the Arts Center. And boy, having strings in there literally resonates.
I bet.
It's it was the sweetest. But it is a sweet building. We're fortunate. It's been around 27 years now. So I'm just carrying on the legacy, looking for someone to be able to pass it on to when my time is over
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it's fun.
Well, that's great. And so, what's coming up? So, because just for the sake of time, I want to
Yeah.
make sure that we talk about what you have coming up.
Well, there's also the Art Center, the Denmark Art Center has joined in a collaboration with the Library and the Historical Society with an author series,
Nice.
and we're knocking it out of the park. Because, well, we're in the park for this one. It's going to be, the next one is July 25th with Paul Doran and his wife, who is a naturalist and poet, Kristen Lindquist. Paul Doran, I just finished his book last night, and I'm like, I don't read the genre of mystery,
Yeah.
right? But he has a series of the Mike Bowditch series, which is a Maine game warden
Oh, really?
with murders
Great.
and all the things he experienced. And I'm reading it last night going, oh my God, like I am being whipped around by his writing and what happens next. But they're going to be in person. And we have that's all Maine authors. So we're excited about that one coming up, 4 p.m. on Sunday, the 25th of
Great.
July. And then we have our music series. So our after dinner music series is something that we'll have in the park or outside. We'll have Al Hospers from the Bradley Jazz Collective and the Valley Horns will be joining us. Shark Martin is joining us. They're a fun local group.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. We'll have the Lazy River Riders, Bobby Sheehan and Sugar Plums. that's not their name.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I can't believe it. Oh, so they'll be joining us. The Milltown Road Show. This is cool because they're from Harrison, Maine, and Terry Sweat, who is the lead singer and writes a lot of music for the band, also has come to Denmark Arts Center Songwriter Circle, wrote Maine's new song for the bicentennial last year, 200th birthday, and the legislature just voted in that it's now going to be Maine's
The main song,
Yeah, so
really?
he'll be performing that there too. It's sweet. It's lovely. It's online.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
we're excited.
And so if people want to get more information, they can go online.
Yep.
to-
denmarkarts.org/events or go on the calendar page. You can register online. You can look at what's online. We're basing a lot online. The phone is a lovely medium and it still works. So call if you need to.
The phone, I've heard
I know,
of those.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. And it's not offensive to call, just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, denmarkarts.org/events. And it truly just helps to have people join in because the artists, this is the fourth band that's been there. They're like, this is our first performance. We are so excited to get together. And that dynamic, like we spoke at the beginning, is so feeding to the soul.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
So, and the thing is, we have this poster here and it goes through September 19th. But you then have stuff in the fall or the winter, and there's always stuff going on.
Yeah.
So definitely check out denmarkarts.org.
Yep.
And you can find out all the information. So.
And before we stop, the DriveIn Series is going to be
right,
this
the
year.
drive-in,
Right,
yeah.
so that the Bridgeton Twin Drive-In, it's sort of fun. They have 2 drive-ins. We're the back drive-in, number 2. And 4 Sundays starting August 22nd, 29th, and then September 5th and 12th, we have performances outside. So people last year, it was fun during the pandemic. I think it'll be even more fun
Even
this
more
year.
fun, yeah.
People bring their lunch and sort of tailgate, and then you have great music. We started with the Starlight Honeys. We have King Memphis, friggin' kick butt rockabilly. Oh my gosh, they're from Portland. They've been around for years. They're great. And then Bruce Marshall and the Shadow Riders. That was like the biggest one last year.
Really?
Yeah, totally. And then Gina Williams is another person who's coming over from Vancouver, and she's part of the music in the school series. She's going to be teaching the choral class by Mike Sakash at Freiburg Academy, and then she's performing. She's like a multi-genre artist.
Great.
She's all over the place with really good music. So we're psyched.
So there's just so much going on.
I know, there is.
Absolutely.
It's
So
because I'm
Susan, it's so
spastic.
good to see you.
Lovely to
and
see you.
I'm sure we'll chat some more. But definitely check out denmarkarts.org. And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.